There are certain things that tell you that something is a Ponzi scheme. So when you see these things, run for your dear life. Like, don't even wait for anybody to tell you because you could go to jail.
Welcome to Top Policy with NPAC, where we dive into issues shaping business policy in Nigeria. My name is Olamide, and with me is my co-host, Anita. So today we'll be talking on a very crucial topic in Nigeria, which is Ponzi scheme, that's Ponzi scheme in Nigeria, and we'll be focusing on CBEX as a case study.
So, yeah, Ponzi schemes have been a recurring problem in Nigeria. They've existed for years, exploiting people's hopes for financial gains. CBEX is the latest in a series of such schemes, and it's important to understand how they are created and how to protect ourselves. CBEX, okay, a Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investment scam promising high returns for little to low risks, right? They tell you don't have to do much. You just have to get your capital and leave it up to them. And it's just a number of days you get paid out. But then the money they pay you is not from operating any legitimate business. It's from the capital from newer investors. So you see, there is no solid framework. Everything can just crash and burn at any time.
Exactly. Like in Nigeria, we've seen some rare housing scheme, yeah, from the MMM that I'm aware of. We rather say like Lavender 2016, yeah, right, Stanley. There are different ones that I've seen. And what to notice is that they've always had this pattern of you bring somebody to bring somebody. And at the end of the day, you just discover that what they do is recycle money. So if they do not have new investors, obviously they'll crash. And that's where you hear the platform crashed and all of that.
And they'll take your money and leave.
Exactly. Because what they want is to get against trust from people. And then when they attain that trust, they just take your money and leave. That was what MMM did. That was what Manicycler did. That was what Rascal, like every one of them. And the same thing was what CBEX repeated. So at the end of the day, you just see that this pattern keep reoccurring and people are not still sensitized about this cause.
So CBEX presented themselves as a Singapore-based digital trading platform. So all you had to do was put in your money there. You trade with AI-powered signals. I don't know what that means, but that's what they were told.
So yes, exactly. And they went through their marketing pattern in rigorous way because they went through the radio channel, they went through the social media channel. All they do was run campaign.
They made sure to hit every
Delivery stuff so that at least they can get whatever they want to. And at the end of the day, it's this scam. Even way as far as registering under CAC here and even getting affiliated with ESCC on which I still do not understand how they were able to school about that. But they were able to gain people's trust with all this. And at the end of the day, they are safe fraudulent. So I just feel anything positive scheme, there's no way it can be real.
Deposit schemes and pyramid schemes are not good for you, no matter what. And you could be saying that, okay, you put in your money and withdraw quickly before you crash it, but nobody knows when you would crash and you cannot calculate it. You know, but people that enjoyed the benefits of CBEX, they were having fun until February 29th when they started having withdrawal issues. And then the platform told them to pay more money for activation, after which they'll be able to access their funds. But this is a classic red flag. This is what always happens. It always starts with withdrawal issues, and from there, anyway, eventually they crashed. They took a lot of our money. No, me, I wasn't there, but like Nigerians, they market to me, they amassed about 1.3 trillion naira. That's a real the exact. We keep saying there's no money, so where did all of this money come from? But yes, that was all the money they took from Nigeria. I think today people are still crying.
Although the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, have come into the matter now by bringing in policy that fights anything that is regards to Ponzi scheme. So the thing is, even if you are not the owner, but if you are not the founder, as far as you are trying to advertise or promote any platform that has to do with Ponzi scheme, you will end up being jailed.
Yes.
So you need to be very careful.
Even if you're sharing on your status, you're sharing on a group chat, you're convincing your friends to join, you can face serious consequences under the Investments and Security Act 2025. You stand, see, you have face up to 10 years in jail, and it's not even they say, it's on their website. That's 10 years in jail and 5 million naira fine. What's up, man? It's not brother. Exactly. You that needed your 100K to turn into 1 million. Where are you going to pay for 2 years? You can pay. And in 10 years, you do that. So, SEC has warned everybody, be careful. Before you share anything, look at the terms. Make sure it's not something sketchy that could land you in trouble.
Exactly. So please just be aware.
Very aware and be very aware. I feel like when you there are certain things that tell you that something is a Ponzi scheme. So when you see these things, run for your dear life. Like, don't even wait for anybody to tell you, because you could go to jail. It's not. I know that policies and laws come out in Nigeria, but like not only many scapegoat. The influence is the problem, but every soul must be a scapegoat, and it could be you, it could be I, it could be someone.
Because like this space frame on, yes, nobody you know why they kill you. Like, so like, it's like that's just the same thing. Don't make yourself the scapegoat in this matter. Don't even try to like spread the news at any point.
Just mind your business, mind your legitimate business or something.
So if you are into trade, you're into anything that you're doing that is making you that 10 naira, 20 naira, 1,000, 2,000, just focus on that rather than trying to be greedy about it and going into possible scale.
I said things are hard, but think about the fact that this money you have now, you can wake up in 30 days as you're going to be there anymore. So like just keep it and find slower, surer steps, slow and steady. You don't have to rush anywhere. I don't even think it makes sense when you think about the ROI. It's too high. You should be scared now. And like I don't know how you expect 100% return. So what did you do exactly? But anyway.
So to help us unpack the deeper implication from the legal perspective, we are going to have a chat with the General Counsel of Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Please can you introduce yourself now?
My name is Hawaka Osman, and I serve as the General Counsel of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
So I'd like to know how Nigerian law define and treats Ponzi scheme in Nigeria.
Okay, so I will start by saying that Ponzi scheme is not explicitly defined under the Nigerian law, but it falls within the categories of the offenses that you could find under the Criminal Code Act and also the Penal Code law. So the Criminal Code Act is the criminal law that we use in the southern part of Nigeria, and the Penal Code is what we use in the northern part of Nigeria. You could also find the kind Ponzi scheme as an offense that is within the broader perspective of the EFCC Act. So it's not explicitly defined, but it falls within the categories of offenses that you would find under the criminal law, especially obtaining by false pretenses, because people who operate within the Ponzi scheme misrepresent issues and then they obtain from people fraudulently.
Okay, well, so from the case of CBEX, we were able to see how the scammers use the internet, social media, radio, and every other devices to like spread this whole thing. So I want to know how it is being regulated and how it can be controlled from the laws.
Okay. So like I said earlier, it's already regulated. It's regulated by the EFCC Act. It is regulated by the um, Criminal Code Act. It is regulated by the Penal Code Act. It's just that the offense is not mentioned as Ponzi scheme. But the offense, the ingredients of that offense is an offense that you would find within the categories of this law. So, for instance, Section 419, which they usually call 419 in Nigeria, is a section of the Criminal Code Act that criminalizes obtaining from people by false pretenses. That is what Ponzi scheme is all about. People come, deceive other people, and take their money without them knowing. So it is within the criminalized within the act.
Okay, man. So, but we notice that even with all this regulation, this thing keeps spreading. It keeps increasing. Even on recent, the CBEX thing, because according to SEC, there's a new regulation that anybody that's even propagates this thing or like spread this news, that they're also going to be sanctioned. But of recent, we still saw it online where CBEX are saying they are coming back and they want people to like still pay money to be able to get access into their old accounts or something. So what
I think, like you said, the provisions against these laws are there. Yes, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the IST Act, provide that any company that is going to be collecting money from people should have been registered under the SEC rules. But it is also for people to carry out their due diligence, do the necessary investigation before they go into any investment scheme. You want to invest your money, you want to be sure that where you're investing your money is the proper place to invest your money. The IST, the SEC website is there. If people don't go to, and then the IST Act actually makes it an offense for a company to call for people's money without having been properly registered under the Securities and Exchange Commission. So for people who want to go into investigation without carrying out their due diligence to make sure that the companies that they want to invest in is actually registered by SEC, then I don't see that it is now, the laws are already there. But if people are not abiding by the law, then there is really nothing much that the government can do. But the government have actually provided all the necessary laws. We could say that maybe implementation of these laws can be a problem, but even at that, the police is there.
But do you think there is enough sensitization of these things? Because the market to me, I don't think any of them knows about all this.
So that's the problem. There is need to have a lot of sensitization and advocacy out there. And this now maybe should also go to the table of the government to ensure that people are properly sensitized to know what they're supposed to do in terms of investing their money, to know how to identify the proper places to invest their money. So it's all about sensitizing the public and ensuring that the public is aware that any company that is not registered as a public company that can call for people to bring in their investment is actually operating illegally. So that's another thing that the government must do, sensitizing the public.
Okay, man. So for the victims, the ones that have already lost money, is there a plan or a way they could get it recovered? Maybe there's a law that guides that.
Yes, we've already talked about the fact that the Criminal Code law, the EFCC Act, the Penal Code has provided for these offenses. And in Nigeria, the authority that is responsible for carrying out investigations in such criminal cases is the police. So if anybody felt that they have fallen victim of such kind of pretenses, then they will have to report to police. And then they can also report to the EFCC. And these organizations will carry out the proper investigation to be sure that and this is companies are investigated properly, and if they're found wanting, they're also prosecuted. So the police, the EFCC, they're all there, especially the police. I mean, you can easily report at the police team.
But speaking of EFCC, I learned that CBEX were registered under EFCC, and even they had their CSC registration. So in that part, I don't know.
I don't know what kind of registration is that, but for CAC, it's primary. Every company must be registered with CAC. So any entity, anybody who want to carry out a business under any guise must register that entity.
So even as a scam, you can also
You can register with CAC. The responsibility of CAC is to register companies. So, but as someone who is trying to carry out investigation, going to the CAC to see if a company is registered is just primary. It's one step. But that does not guarantee anything, because anybody can register.
so much work for the masses, because I'm trying to get something and I check through the person's profile to see if she has a business registered. And I will still have to further go to check if she's under EFCC. And if she,
I don't know what I don't know what registration with EFCC that will mean, but I know maybe probably school registration. So there is this special unit that register companies. Just it's an oversight function they carry to be sure that people don't use their company as a means for siphoning money. So maybe that's the registration to get the school certification to be sure that the EFCC can carry an oversight responsibility. But in terms of investing money, then it is the Securities and Exchange Commission that register companies that can send out call for people to come and invest their money with them. So you see, I feel that people are working hard to get their money. So if you're working hard to get your money, I don't see it as an extra responsibility for you to carry out due diligence to be sure that where you are also putting that your money is a safe place. Because you cannot work hard to get money only for you to say, oh, I don't have time to carry out this investigation. I will just put in my money. So it's not enough. If you have worked hard to get your money, you should also work harder to secure your money, to safeguard that money by ensuring that you're going into the proper investment platform. So it's people hold phones all the time. So it's easier. It's actually easier than you could think. I know, like you said, market women, but market women are doing trading. So it's important for them to understand that the money that you go and invest in something you don't know, you can actually put it back into your trade rather than just going to invest it. So I think it's all about also knowing, being economically wise, being financially wise to know how to invest your money.
okay.
So it's not just about getting the money. It's also about safeguarding.
Okay, so you just mentioned like financial literacy now. So speaking of that, how do you think, what is the role of private sectors, especially chambers of commerce, in like advocating for financial literacy among the masses?
Yes, it's important, and this is one of the values that we create for members and the general public. From time to time, we do advocacy sessions, right? We invite people to attend, to participate when we have this kind of advocacy or sensitization workshops. So from time to time, we do sensitization workshops. We sensitize people on the proper investment platforms, because one key responsibility or duty of the chamber is actually to help people to get market access, or to get investment opportunities. So from time to time, The chamber organizes advocacy sessions, sensitization workshops, or platforms to tell people about the available investment opportunities, and also to sensitize them on financial literacy and how to best safeguard their funds.
Okay, ma. So, ma, lastly, from your legal and leadership perspective, what one policy reform would you recommend to the government?
I think for me, I don't know how it sounds, but being here as a member of the Chamber of Commerce, I will say that, or as a staff, I will say that it is important for government to, because government can't do everything for everyone. So, but if government will create an opportunity where every business is mandatorily made to register as a member of the Chamber of Commerce. So quite apart from being registered with the CEC, if you are registered as a member of Chamber of Commerce, it means that if you want to carry out investigation about a company A, and you have checked the CAC website to be sure that CAC have registered the company. Like we said, CAC only register companies. So, but if that person is also registered with the Chamber of Commerce, Chamber of Commerce will carry out the oversight function of more than just registering. We have to know the businesses that are registered under us. So the issue of what this thing that banks do about customers, knowing your customer, KYC exactly, is something that the Chamber of Commerce will also be doing. So for instance, if you want to know about a company, you've checked the CAC website, it is registered, but you expect that if you check the Chamber of Commerce website and it is registered, then you could expect that I should be able to give further information about the company. So even for us, if a company is not registered here, we cannot carry any oversight function on the company. So we are not in a position to know what the company is doing or what the company is not doing. But if a company is registered under us, then we take the extra step to know more about the company.
Thank you so much. This was very insightful. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we've heard from the General Counsel. I hope that was very insightful to you. So we're going to quickly go over some red flags to look out for before you invest your money. So they show they are not a Ponzi scheme. After that, we just conclude. So some of them are referral-based growth. If you have to tell a friend to bring two persons, it's likely a Ponzi scheme and you should run. No SEC registration. I think this one is self-explanatory with the whole policies they've put in place and stuff. If an investment platform doesn't have a SEC registration, you should know that they're running away from something and you should run away from them. Also, the pressure to invest. They'll tell you that you don't have to do much, just bring your money. Just bring money and you relax in 30 days. Just do money and call this person 30 days, you make this one. And you see no ones and they're still pressuring you. Please run, tell them you do know what to take. Because that person really needs your referral for them to make money. That's why they are so desperate for you to be a part of them. Have you seen bank managers forcing other people to go to school and study finance to become bank managers? No. These ones just really need your money, and that's why there's so much pressure. And then also lack of transparency and the fact that you don't even understand what the business does exactly. If you just have to tap away on your phone or like add money somewhere and like play certain games to get back a very high interest, it doesn't make any sense, and you should avoid stuff like that too.
Then if the percentage return, the ROI
It's very
is very
high.
high.
Yes.
Like when somebody says you bring 10,000, get 8,000 in 2 hours or in even in a day, like how do you expect that person to return that kind of a return on investment? So you have to take note of that too, because I feel that's even the most part where because it's great for you to just expect that you invest and right now you get like 100% or even more of what you invested. So I think that's it for me. So if you bring money and will return it in double or triple run, it is very it is a trick. That's what I thought.
So if you've fallen victim to such scams, or if you're currently in one, you can report to SEC, or FCCPC or EFCC, and they will be able to help you out, even if not fully, but to an extent. But yeah.
I can also agree with SCPC and also ICPC too. Even though this year's is I also agree with it, but with what we edge from what, like, because I'm still shocked. I'm still in a shock where they said they affiliated with CBEX. So it's just somehow. But at the end of the day, you just have to do your diligence when you are trying to invest somewhere. So you try to check through all the regulatory bodies and see if it's something you can invest in. So I hope this was very insightful for you. This is the end of the podcast for this week. And please stay smart, stay connected, and stay woke. So if you have any topic you want us to discuss, you can drop in the comment section. And if you have anything to say about this podcast, please drop a comment section and we'll engage you. Again, do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. It's it.
Bye.